The U.S. presidential election process is a multi-step system that reflects the nation's unique balance of democratic ideals and federalism. Each stage has its own significance, ensuring that the election represents both the will of the people and the interests of the states. The process begins long before Election Day with the election cycle and primary season. Presidential elections occur every 4 years, culminating on the first Tuesday after the first Monday in November. In the months leading up to this, political parties hold primaries and caucuses in each state. These are mechanisms for voters to select their preferred candidate from a party's roster of hopefuls. Primaries, which are more common, resemble traditional elections where voters cast secret ballots. Caucuses, used in fewer states like Iowa, involve local meetings where party members openly discuss and vote on candidates. The results determine how many delegates each candidate earns, with these delegates representing the candidate's interests at the national convention. After the primaries and caucuses, political parties hold their national conventions, typically in the summer before the general election. At these high-profile events, delegates officially nominate their party's candidates for president and vice president. The nominees are often chosen well before the convention based on primary and caucus results, but the convention serves as a formal confirmation and a platform to rally party unity. The presidential nominee uses the event to announce their running mate, usually someone chosen to balance the ticket geographically, ideologically, or demographically. With the nominees in place, the focus shifts to the general election campaign. This period is marked by intense campaigning, as candidates crisscross the country, delivering speeches, participating in televised debates, and airing advertisements. Campaigns target swing states, states where neither party has a guaranteed majority, as these often determine the outcome. Grassroots efforts, digital outreach, and fundraising also play critical roles in connecting with voters. The general election takes place in November when millions of Americans cast their votes. However, these votes do not directly elect the president. Instead, voters are selecting a slate of electors pledged to their chosen candidate. These electors form the Electoral College, an institution designed to balance representation between populous and less populous states. Each state has a number of electors equal to its congressional delegation, the sum of its senators and representatives. This results in a total of 538 electors, and a candidate must win at least 270 electoral votes, a simple majority, to secure the presidency. Most states use a winner-takes-all system, awarding all their electoral votes to the candidate who wins the state's popular vote, though Maine and Nebraska allocate votes proportionally by congressional district. After the election, the process moves to the Electoral College vote, which takes place in mid-December. Electors convene in their respective state capitals to cast their official votes for president and vice president. Although electors are expected to vote in line with the popular vote of their state, some have historically deviated as faithless electors, though many states now have laws to prevent this. The results of the Electoral College are certified and sent to the President of the Senate. In early January, during a joint session of Congress, the electoral votes are formally counted. The Vice President, acting as President of the Senate, presides over this session. If a candidate has received at least 270 electoral votes, they are declared the winner. However, if no candidate achieves a majority, either due to a tie or the presence of strong third-party candidates, the election is decided by Congress. The House of Representatives elects the president, with each state delegation casting one vote, while the Senate elects the vice president. The final step in the process is the inauguration, which takes place on January 20th. On this day, the president-elect takes the oath of office, administered by the Chief Justice of the United States, and formally assumes the powers and responsibilities of the presidency. This tradition symbolizes the peaceful transfer of power and the start of a new administration,